wait for this stupid iPad to catch up. Should be like here right now. Why isn't he even here? Sergeant J, what's going on, guy? Should be like here right now. All right, there we go. Why isn't he? See, that's much better. Right. Today in RC Guy Garage, COVID and coffee. I need to have better background. I need to have like posters and wood like effects and flashing strobing LEDs and all this other stuff. So I think it was like a week or two ago, I had posted on both Facebook, Instagram, and on here that RPM had come out with some new parts. Now, granted, one of the new parts that I had been like searching for, I had a conversation with Earl, and he was pretty sure that he thought RPM had a while ago front hubs with oversized bearings for the Traxxas XMAXX. And that was my fight, because if they came out with rear hubs, why didn't they come out with front hubs? Now, I have no idea when RPM came out with their, whatever it is their rear hubs. I don't even know when it came out when they came out with that, but I randomly just one day just decided to try to do another search, and I put in something along the lines of, I think I called it an axle carrier, front axle carrier, or something like that. But I think maybe whatever it was, there was confusion on my part, because when I jumped onto the site, obviously the part came right up right away, RPM. But what I didn't see is I didn't see that it said like literally brand new, like right now. So once I took a couple of minutes and figured it out, and I contacted Earl, and I'm like, hey, RPM does have the parts. And then I realized that it was actually a brand new product. And along with that, they had also released mud guards, the ESC holder for the Castle Creations, not the Castle Cremations one, the XLX2, but for the MMX8, they released like a housing holder for that, which I think is pretty cool. I may end up getting one of those. And that's what's great about, or at least that's what I feel that's great about RPM, is that they're always really giving us the parts. Now, those front hubs, though, I think they're a little bit late on that. And I'm not exactly sure why it took them, however long it took. But, I've been basically crying for them as soon as I ripped my XMAXX, like on its second rip or second battery. And it just, my bearings fell apart. Now, I thought my XMAXX was all set, meaning I still got to send my motor and ESC to Traxxas to get it warrantied out. Obviously, I've got, major slop in that brand new 2-rip, not even 2-rip motor from Traxxas. And I don't even know where I'm going with this. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to COVID and Coffee. Definitely need a better background. See, that looks like junk. So you need to have like the stuff in the background. You just look like out a window. It's stupid. So I'm just going to jump into the chat real quick, see who's here and see what's up. Got a couple people in chat right now. We got Bushwalker. What's going on, guys? Sergeant J is here. Right, nice background. True, yeah, too drunk, a true junkie, right? Addicted. What's going on, guy? William, what's happening, man? So I do know actually what's in this box right here. That's why I did it like, did I call it Parts Plus? No, I didn't. So this is actually my long-awaited from Horizon Hobby, my Kraton EXB warranty diff. So there's no point in even opening that. I already know what's in the box. Right here, pretty sure this is where my RPM hubs are. And I was supposed to have a knife, and I don't have a knife, so. I gotta be careful how they put stuff in there. So this was literally what I have been waiting for. And the other thing too is where to go. I did also get a full set of I think it's called TBCRC. Yeah, TRBRC bearings. These are a sealed bearing, I hope. Should have been a sealed bearing. I didn't even check. Pretty sure it is. Give you a nice little couple stickers there. But yeah, here we go. So these are the bearings. I guess you want to call these the outer bearings for the Traxxas XMAXX. So, and I kind of, I guess, decided that actually it's inner and outer. Oh, check that out. So it's actually a set. All right, well, that kind of doesn't make any sense then. Anybody want any inner bearings? I should send these to Earl because I don't need them. Yeah, so obviously these are the bearings for inners and outers. For some reason, I thought I was getting just the outers. The inners on these are obviously, you know, hugely oversized compared to the originals. So let me just open this up real quick. So here are the bearings. So RPM bearings are, okay. Now see, I forget who showed me this, but somebody showed me this. I'm not somebody that reads these things. I usually check this stuff. But I think maybe, you know, maybe I should start paying attention to stuff like that. So if you see what that says, basically says that these bearings, you have to pick out the seal and you have to put in your grease. So I'm going to put in my grease, which is something that I think it's funny that they do that, but I guess I understand it. I guess. I don't know. But carefully remove one of the shields and then apply a thin coat of your favorite bearing lubricant before the first use. So I'm glad whoever told me, I forget who it was, but somebody told me that, said, hey, guy, you actually got to pack those bearings. So, or he said they were dry or something like that. But so obviously these are the oversized bearings, goes inside right there. And then it looks like actually, is it this bearing? No, it is this bearing. So then obviously that bearing will slide into there like that, which is a Traxxas stock style bearing. And this is what I've been waiting for. I just wanted, because my bearings disintegrated, I want to say pretty much on all four corners, even though it's only one front wheel, which I believe is my right front wheel. The inner bearing actually disintegrated, which is the one that's, I believe, possibly taken the grunt or the brunt of it, because, I mean, look at how small that bearing is from Traxxas for an XMAXX. Are you kidding me? So at least with RPM, they're giving you something that's a little bit more substantial. I mean, look at the stinking difference between these two bearings. So this is Traxxas original XMAXX. This is what they should have come with. I mean, everything about this bearing just says that, you know, I'm going to blow away that little factory. Oh, no way. Check it out. It's a ring. Hey. Oh, crap. But, yeah, I guess, I think that's like size 10, because I think that, yeah, it's a size 10. So there you go. That's what size the Traxxas inner bearing is. It's a size 10. So I guess in case, like, you know, maybe if you're proposing, you could take out the Traxxas Max bearings and use it as a ring to propose to your significant or wannabe other. I maybe wouldn't, I guess, do it that way, because seeing that the bearings failed, maybe that would be a bad scenario, because you probably wouldn't want your marriage to fail. But yeah, maybe you might want to go ahead and go with more like something like that. So there you go. There's your RPM engagement or wedding band, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so yeah, big difference. Big difference between the size of the bearings, stock Traxxas, and then obviously the RPM. Massive difference. And then obviously the rear is the exact same way, giving you a nice beefy inner bearing and then retaining the same outer bearing, which seems to be fine. So I'm psyched. So Traxxas XMAXX, I got to repower it, throw in these new hubs and bearings, and then rip that thing. I just got to make sure that I remember to go ahead and grease those. So, but yeah, that's it. And then in this box right here, or this package, it's the parts for the Outcast. So granted, I haven't broken anything yet, but I am being proactive on that, to where I am going to take, the Outcast 8S 2 Diamond Dust, and I am going to rip the Outcast a new one, see what survives, see what breaks. Obviously, when I first, take it for a rip, I'm going to go a little easy, but yeah, huge difference on these bearings though, man. But yeah, that's probably a good idea to not maybe use these Traxxas bearings as your engagement ring. I'd like to see somebody do that. Somebody should do that. Somebody, I think you might want to make sure these were stainless though, or something, because you don't want those things rusting onto the individual's finger. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. So that was from RPM Racing. If you want the part number for that is right there. What does that say? 80662 for $26.95. Definitely well worth it. Then in this package right here, which this is kind of mangled. I do know what's in here. Somebody actually taped the package, which I think is kind of funny. So I don't know. Maybe I should have opened this earlier. Oh no, forget it. Nah, that's packaged nice. Some nice big RPM stickers in there. That's pretty cool. Wow, so this was actually ordered from Vincent Morgan of Morgan's Big Trains in Huntington Beach, California. And the way they package that's a nice package right there for them doing that like that. But in the packing list, so we've got mud guards for both the Kraton 8S and obviously the Outcast, because it's the same exact thing. And it is something that only fits, so it's these right here. It's something that only fits RPM arms, but can't you just drill out the factory stock ones or something? And then just install these if you drill them out? Kind of seems like that's what you could do. I don't know. Maybe that's something I'll check into. $8.95. Part number is 80642. And that's for the RPM rear arm mud guards designed for the RPM arms. Then we have the Kraton 8S replaces stock ARRMA 330-590s, $27.95, and that's for 80812, and that is for the rear A-arms, which actually now I think I can see why they're saying it's made for, because that's got a pretty flat profile right there for where those mud guards. And I realized after ripping my Outcast is that it definitely needs these. So, yeah. And then the front arms, which are uppers and lowers, right? No, right and left, sorry. So they sold them as a right and a left, which that makes sense. I think the only issue that I potentially heard of was it looks like they do have the provision on here to slide on the new collar. I had seen a couple of people trying to take these collars off of the stock arms, which I think that's what's supposed to happen. And there is a thing here. So pivot ball holes, RPM A-arms come unthreaded from the factory. Threading the pivot ball holes with the pivot ball, while difficult, looks like the pivot ball, locks the pivot ball in place, reducing the chance that they will unthread themselves. If you can't get the pivot ball to start threading, you may use an M8 by 125 millimeter tap to begin the threads. Caution. Thread the tap in no more than 3 to 4 turns. Allow the pivot ball to cut the remainder of the threads. So, seems like it would make sense to do it this way to force it in, because when you use a tap, the tap is actually physically might be removing material, where maybe using just a threaded section would cause that ball threaded end to stick in there. I think a little bit more solid. So it is left and right. Both. So this is obviously, this says front left for a part number of 81522 2795. And then obviously says for Outcast or Kraton, which we just know it's the same exact thing. That's why I'm funny that they don't put this, because obviously they came out with this part prior, but I'm surprised that they don't revise the writing on here. Maybe it's just easier, or maybe they have, and I just received like an older set. So again, $27.95. Here's the right side set. Here's the left side set. Obviously, even in the package, you could see the way it's placed in there. Yeah, so there's that. And I definitely think that this was a wise buy. Even just because I'm going to literally send the Outcast at Diamond Dust, I kind of just wanted to make sure I had something, at least hopefully ready for when there is breakage. Earl Moorhead actually just broke his Outcast 8S, and I do believe it was his left side. Was it his left side lower? So, and when you look at that, man, granted, we're not looking at, we're looking at the RPM version, but the Outcast is supposedly pretty stinking strong. And he broke this piece, so pretty crazy when you think about it. But that is one heavy RC. And yeah, you know what? I think I'll open this anyway, just because. I already know what's in it. But let's check out and see what they gave me. Now, this has been a huge, long wait to go ahead and get this. And what I didn't like, in which, there is no, all right, so here's what's kind of ticks me off a little bit about something that either Horizon, or I want to say it's Horizon that's doing this, but I kind of want to peel off this sticker. So you see, there's your part number right there. ARRMA 310990. And it says it's the active front rear diff set GP4 5mm with 10K fluid inside. So what I'm not liking about this scenario was something that Earl brought out. Was he had said that I was going to show you. At least RPM puts their prices on their packages. There's no price on here. And Earl had mentioned that from memory, this original diff right here I think he said was in the $50 or $60 range. And now this diff is costing how much? So right now, as warranted, they're charging unit retail $72.99. Although it does say right there, it says $65, so $64.99. But either way, what he had mentioned was that, which I didn't appreciate, was that he thinks that, you know, however it's working out, whether if it's, you know, ARRMA or if it's Horizon, that because they had to basically warranty every Kraton differential out there, and if you didn't get your Kraton differential warranted in the rear, just go get it warranted. Just do it. Because, yeah, just do it. So, if you haven't got a warranty, just get it done. Because it will go out. But I want to peel this sticker off. The only reason why is because I want to see if there's like something else under there. There probably isn't, but I think Earl was saying that the price tag was higher. What about RPM for the Max? Is RPM going to make Max parts? That's a good question, man. I haven't even looked. It's easy just to just jump on that website real quick and see through the search. Yeah, see, I was hoping. Nah, there's nothing there. I was hoping there would be like lettering underneath and there was like a price tag of like $50, and now they're charging $75. So, but even if I did a quick search, can I do a quick search? No, I probably can't, can I? I have to get my other phone. All right. So what was I looking?
What do you want to search for?
ARRMA 310990. Comes up with chance. Whoops. Oh, come on. Get off. Hate when stuff pops up on this phone. I just want to see what it comes up with a price. ARRMA. Isn't that funny how it does say $64.99, so $65. I think Earl said that it was more than that. What's all this garbage here? See, I touch this thing and it just comes to life. Out of stock, so you can't even buy it. Looks like you can't even buy it anyway. Let's just go right to ARRMA and see what ARRMA says. The lag is horrible. There's definitely video lag. Yeah, $64.99, and it's back ordered. Isn't that nice, huh? It's back ordered. So obviously they didn't have enough to I'm assuming they didn't even have enough to satisfy warranties, as a guess. But either way, the point is that now I have to repower the EXB again, because I, just like what Earl said, I don't have any experience with the Kratons, you know, V1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever versions that they've got. But I was told by Metz RC, which is Mike Metz, I was told by him that I definitely have to have a Kraton in the collection. He says, you know, you got to experience at least what that kind of vehicle is like, even though he has a I think he has a what's called that love-hate relationship with his Kraton. But the first time I ripped the EXP, it was actually awesome. I really liked it. And second rip, I think it was, again, me and these second rips, maybe it was the first rip, my differential started to go out. And it was obviously because of the shimming issues. Did I know? Yeah, I suspected. I did try to remedy the issue by taking my used Mojave differential and throwing that in there. But because I was missing those shims, I wasn't able to properly shim it, so I ended up wiping out that differential, which was known that the ring gear would wipe out on that one, where in the EXP diff, it was the internals that were wiping out. So what they did is they obviously increased the strength of the ring and pinion, or at least the ring gear, not necessarily the pinion, but they increased the strength of the ring gear, but decreased the strength of the internal gears in a sense because they made the case smaller. So, and then sun gears were blowing out and all the good stuff. So that's what's in that. So I do have to repower the EXP again. But like I said, I did thoroughly enjoy that thing, the first or two battery packs that I had in it. That first battery pack, the way this Kraton acted, I was just like, wow, this thing is actually mint. So it's going to be nice to rip this thing again. And I do have to thank Metz for steering me to go ahead and finally get a Kraton. And unfortunately, it had to be the EXB version of that. So I'm glad for that, now that that's here. Then inside of here, this was just another Jenny's RC, and this has tape on it too. Another Jenny's RC care package. Which is going to, you always get good stuff in these. Maybe I'm just buying too much of the same thing, but this is a care package for the Mojave. So my ARRMA Mojave, there's so much about that I like that I did repower it. And now it's time to basically just start, well, beating on it. So, side skirts. I mean, I might end up using stuff. I'm not sure. But it's just what Jenny's gives you for value. So, this is the main piece right here. This battery tray. I have found so much use for this battery tray. This is actually going to go in this vehicle right here. I think it's a great design. Gives me the receiver box, which is funny. That's funny. I didn't check that. So this is obviously the bottom half of the receiver box. Oh, they do. See, that's what I was looking for. Because what was funny was that you notice that the little seal wasn't in there, but it is there. It's actually in the package. So I think we all know Jenny's RC. It's the chop shop of, the RC industry. They literally just chop shop brand new vehicles and sell them to you. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. So it gives you the shock pistons, gives you the upper brace. Again, more sway bars. Who knows? Maybe I can use this for something, some project, whatever. ESC. I can always use this ESC plate. Here's the top of the receiver box cover. Servo little tray thing. Side guards. Good idea to have these. Not that they really break, but with that Mojave, just I guess it's always good just to have extra parts. Pins. Comes with your Comes with the suspension arm pins too, which I think is a great deal. Antenna tube. So it just comes with just a bunch of stuff that I always seem to, even these pin braces. So these pin braces, they're always wearing out. And for the money, I think it was like 28 bucks or something like that. How can you go wrong? You really can't. Well, you got to calculate in shipping, but that's actually going to be for this vehicle right here. So this is my Hobao SS cage truggy. This is a ripper. I put on extended or hub extenders on this so I could get my Redcat Racing Kaiju tires and wheels on this, which gave this thing a massive footprint. So right now, the footprint of this vehicle, we got 18.5 by, 18.5 by literally 18.5. This thing is literally now a square. So the footprint of this car is now 18.5 by 18.5. This was suffering a little bit of a rollover when I think I first put on these Kaiju tires and wheels. Did I run this thing with Kaijus? Maybe I didn't. Well, either way, the original wheel set that was on here, when I would take a turn, it had a tendency to want to roll. Now that this thing is widened out a little bit, I believe that it will suffer less of those issues. But in here, the factory battery tray and the way this configuration is, it makes it very difficult to get a battery to put it in and take it out. So the hopes was by getting this Mojave battery tray, which I already know it's going to fit because I did mock one up, just pop off this receiver box and drill a couple of holes and mount this tray in there. This tray fits in here absolutely perfect. So I'll be able to throw my 6S brick packs in here and I'll be happy about that. So, but it'll be nice to get this thing back on the track. I think everybody knows I like these open cage style, kind of like buggy vehicles. This is kind of where I started. My life in RC was obviously with RC10s and Kyosho Ultimas were the vehicles that I had. And obviously my first memorable RC was a Tyco Turbo Hopper, which when you think about it, what was it? It was basically a caged buggy. So I do have like an affinity for these styles of GRC. Waited for this part for 6 months, right? Now I have to run 6S on it because I'm scared to blow these diffs out. I hope they work. Well, I mean, hey, GRC, I think that they're only calling it a 6S vehicle, right? So if you're going to pump 12S through it, that's your fault. But yeah, obviously we saw Earl ran 8S through his, but he said that he definitely likes his EXP on 6S because everybody's always got the, mentality of just wanting to just, throw in 500S into a vehicle and then just make it like the fastest, craziest, unmanageable car, ever. I don't know. I mean, I kind of get it because it is fun, but it's limited. He was just point blank saying that, I think that that's where his EXP is going to stay, is just going to stay right on 6S. And I think it's a very happy place to be for that thing. But yeah, Jenny's RC gives you all the parts you need. For a low cost, kind of. Factor in shipping, just make sure that, if you do go this route, don't just pull the trigger and just buy, whatever. It's still price shop and make sure you're getting, the stuff that you need. So, but that is literally my go-to. I think every single time when I go to find, or when I go, what the heck was that? When I go to look for, that's that brace block. So, but when I go to look for parts, that's literally where I go. Go to Jenny's RC first, and then I'll hit up eBay, and then Sometimes I'll go on to Amazon, because what's crazy is every once in a while you'll get like this deal on Amazon that you just like, how does Amazon have this? Like, this doesn't even make any sense. So, but I think on this live, I was gonna Mad Van down, right? Somebody made a pretty cool comment about, I guess, me and the Mad Van, because the guy was like, you have like all these different RCs, but you seem to grab like the Mad Van. I think he was saying like join his Facebook group or join the Mad Van Facebook group or whatever. And I think like every once in a while, I mean, you guys, if you've got a couple of cars, do you have like an RC that's just easy to grab because you feel like it's just not going to break? Like, I mean, it's easy to grab because it's small enough. The battery pack takes no time to charge. I run it on 3S. I throw an Ovonic 8000, and that's another thing too. Ovonic Air batteries, man, those Z's, I actually do recommend those batteries so far. Forget the Zop Pop pieces of crap. That's my opinion. That's because I got a bad scenario going with Zop Pop. But although one of the batteries is still trying to redeem itself, I still use them. But I do have in mind that the next rip, the Zop Pop, is going to do exactly what its name brand does. It's going to pop. But so far, Z have been mint. Z and Ovonic Air. So those are some good batteries for inexpensive, cheap batteries, you know. 3S power. Right. Oh, to get back on the Mad Van. Right. So Sergeant J, you did a live with the Mad Van, and the ring gear was broken in half. But still going? Hector, what's going on, guy? The audio, the video stream is terrible. Looks like it's like looks like it's the 24 frames per second, or maybe 20 frames per second. Hopefully the audio is all right. 20 frames per second. Yeah, the audio is all right. So, but the Mad Van is going to go brushless now. Not crazy brushless, because I enjoy the Mad Van. It's such a easy, resilient, like little. I'm like looking down on the ground because it was down on the ground. It's right here. For an RC that's as inexpensive as this thing is stinking great. I've been having every single time, even the last time, when the motor finally burned out, even though the motor finally burned out, I still had a smile on my face, kinda. I wish it had ripped a little bit longer. I knew it was going to go out. But now, right now, the Mad Van is sporting a wide kit. I took the MK Phaser, this thing. So this was part of this was the rally car challenge. You can see there's a little issue. That was my fault. I actually broke this. It didn't break from driving. I broke it. Like an idiot. All the mud had dried from that last time I ripped this thing. I never washed it, never nothingned it. When you know it, I did that, and I go to bang the dirt off because the wheels were packed with mud, and I start slamming it on its side, and the wheel snaps. So this was a very inexpensive wheel set, and I broke it. all the accidents that this little rally car had, and I broke the wheels. I was so pissed at myself. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, all the accidents that this thing had, and I broke the wheel because I was lazy. I don't know, man. This is actually a really good. This was a really good set of tires and wheels. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm because it's so many spokes. I think I'm just gonna epoxy it. And I even balanced these things too. That's how crazy this thing got. I think I'm just gonna re-epoxy, or I'm going to epoxy this back on, and I can tell where it's gonna go. I think I should be able to line it up just right.
Dead.
Yeah, I know, huh? I should be able to line this up just right and epoxy it back together and not really care. And that way I can still at least use these tires, because these things for a rally car tire, for that challenge, these things were mint. These things were like $18 or something like that, or $12 for a set of 4 tires, wheels. You had to glue them on, but it was great. So, but I think what I'm gonna do is, yes,
We're gonna go to Joanne's room a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see if they have wire, so I can do wire wrapping.
okay. For the jewels,
The crystals.
the
yeah.
crystals, right? Awesome, very cool. But I think I may end up taking the electronics out of this thing and putting it in the Mad Van. So this is a brushless setup from Hobao. It's a 2700 kV motor with it's either a 50 or a 60 amp ESC. I forget, but this is what was in my rally car, or it is in my rally car. And all I have to do is just basically take a pry bar, and I don't think this is dual locked in there. I probably should have. But I did this kind of being modular. So this will come out as a unit. All I have to do is unplug the steering servo, and the whole thing will come out as a unit. So that's how I had basically planned this. That's why the switch and everything is all mounted, on this whole setup. I did 3D print basically I 3D printed a little tabletop for the thing to sit on. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little 3D printed tabletop for the receiver to sit on. And I think this is what I'm going to throw into the Mad Van. And Sergeant J, I mean, you want to talk about upgrade videos that Sergeant J did to his Mad Van? I think I talked to him on the side through Instagram. I think that's what it was. And he gave me a ballpark figure, I think, of what he put into his Mad Van. And I think my jaw dropped. I was just like, you put how much into your Mad Van? So he likes his Mad Van, or he used to like his Mad Van. Addicted, what's going on, guys? So who do we got here? Hot Hoopty, what's going on? Did I say Hector Santos? Something like that? Sam, what's going on, Sam? Well, GRC, those things should work. Texas RC Rock Racing. What's going on, guy? Working on your summit. Nice. I'll see you next Tuesday. What's going on, guy? Gus is here. What are you doing here? You off? Gus, you should be working, guy. Earl, what's going on, guy? Earl from California. Dylan, what's going on, man? Mad Van. doing an LT conversion, adding a Yeti cage. Wow, that's pretty cool. You got a day off, dude? I didn't think am I allowed to say what company you work for? Gus? I didn't think they gave people like you days off. People like you days off. I didn't think they gave employees days off. That's what I meant to say. Stoned, what's going on, guy? But yeah, I pretty much feel like, well, the only other vehicle that I could, you know what? I was thinking about taking the electronic system out of I got a Hobao Hyper TT 110 scale Little Ripper, the thing that's got the massive tires on it. I was thinking maybe I could take the electronics out of that, but this is modular. So once I go to do another rally car challenge, or not a rally car challenge, once I go to do another challenge with this thing, yeah, I think that's the route I'm going to go, because already I squeezed on the plastic, pinion gear. So this thing is ready to just go. So that point blank is what I should do. Obviously this has upgrades in it. I might buzz over to Sergeant Jay's channel just to see what kind of, get a refresher on the upgrades for his Mad Van. But yeah, that was pretty sad that I broke that wheel. So it had nothing to do with the actual wheel itself. It was me. User error. What else? The other thing I thought about too. I do have an old Trinity, I think a Trinity motor from the early 90s or late 80s. Wonder if that would fit in here. It should, right? Think it would, because this motor is massive. Let's check this out. Look at how clean this This is what cooking spray. So, see, Earl uses a special automotive product called 3D, right? Which he probably pays like $100 a can for. See this right here? This is cooking spray. So this is what cooking spray does to your RC. This thing looks brand new. Earl, can you believe that this is the Mad Van that I destroy? Look at this thing. This thing looks brand new. And that's from cooking spray. It makes everything nice and supple. It's the cooking spray. RC Guy Garage cheap out cooking spray. The cooking spray way. Now, I don't know if this motor is jumping on it. It could be junk. saw it. I saw it when I was cleaning up the shop. All right, well, maybe I don't have the motor anymore. I thought I did though. All right, well, I have no idea where that motor went. It was a brushed motor anyway, but I figured maybe I could just toss it in to see if it would actually work. But yeah. Here it is. Yeah, this probably doesn't even work. Oh, I don't know, man. Those magnets. That feels pretty good. So this was my my Trinity Diamond 12-turn double whatever. This was one of my race motors. Pretty sure it's a Trinity. It looks Trinity to me, if I remember right. But check this out. This, I don't know why I kept this. I think I kept this just because of that nostalgia kind of thing. This was out of my first RC10. This was out of the used one that I bought. But this was my first RC10 stock motor. So I think I'd just hang on to this just because, you know what I mean? I wish I had my RC10 and my Ultima. I had no idea what happened to that stuff. I had two RC10 gold pans and I had a Kyosho. I think it was either an Ultima or a Turbo Ultima. I forget, but pretty sure this is Trinity. So, you know what I should do? I think I'm going to just see if this motor will fire up. Wouldn't that be funny if this thing could actually go in there? Feels tight. Brushes are still there. This probably still even has my custom cut brushes and everything on this thing. I should see if this fires up. Just to give like the Mad Van a last ditch effort with this ESC. But yeah, cooking spray. That's all you need. You don't need that $500 bottle of 3D. Sure you do. I'm just gonna do this right now. I'm gonna see if this motor will fire up. Won't hurt. Or should I say, what's it gonna hurt? It's not gonna hurt nothing. How did I spill coffee already? Oh, hey, Addicted. You know what, guy? Addicted? You're talking about going live while you're driving the RCs. You might not like the quality. Unless you're like standing next to a cell phone tower getting 5G. The live streams that I've come across, especially when it comes to RC stuff, because you got motion and stuff, they digitize so bad that it makes it like unusable, or at least for me. Well, at least that's the way it worked out for me. Give it a shot. But yeah, you might want to do like a test one first to see if it's any good, because any live stream that I've ever done, like mobile, just doesn't seem to be like good. It's like you're watching. So what is it? 480 or 240p. Something like that. It just never seems to work out right. And that, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm cursed or something. All right. So I'm gonna fire this little motor up. I could just attach a battery to it, but I think I want the experience. I should just attach a battery to it. The motor's probably burned out. I could put a little Zop Pop. Put a little Zop Pop battery to it. This is those batteries I'm talking about, man. These are those void packs. Call them 50%ers. These are the Zop Pop void packs. Look at this thing. You could tell this thing is puffed. Look at those wrinkles. Why do I keep it? I have no idea. Let's see if this motor even spins. See if we're going to get smoke or what. Is this going to work? I have no idea. Whoa. Oh, that was it? One little spark? It did for a second. Ah, whoa! Wow, the thing just ripped out of my hand. All right. Well, maybe the Mad Van could live again. Brushed. Solder on some, wires. I could take the wires that are on this motor, rip those off because that thing's done. Yeah, maybe I could, huh? Maybe I could transplant. I'm going to hold on to this a little bit better. See what happens. How do I do this? Ooh. That's actually a very happy sounding motor right there. Huh. Guess what? I think there's a possibility that I'm going to take a Trinity Diamond 12-turn motor. This was one of my little race motors, man. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this in the Mad Van. Why not? Dude, check this out. Nitro Freak guy. How old do you think this motor is? This is literally from the late 80s to early 90s. I know that's when I bought this thing. Wonder if I could look it up somehow. Look at that. You know why? Look at the stamping right there. What does that stamping say? That's why this thing still runs. Focus on it. Because it says Japan. Made in Japan. That's why this thing still runs. Yeah. I'm going that route. I'm definitely going that route right now. Right on this live. I'm going to transplant my race motor, or my little race motor, into the Mad Van. We'll see if we can twist some drive shafts. I didn't even think this is what I was going to do, but I guess I am. I'm psyched, man. The motor's old. All right, dude, Japan made, man. Made in Japan. It's good stuff. I just feel like I am a scheduled live event. I'm a scheduled live event will make the channel more interactive with your subs. What do you mean? My subs? I don't know. I don't know how that works, guy. I don't know what you mean. More interactive. You can go live from your PC without 1,000 subs. Right. But you can also go live. You can actually be mobile. I've already did it. You basically use your mobile device as a hotspot and use your computer to stream mobily. That's what I did that a couple of times. What a shame. All this work I did to tidy up all the wires on this mad van, and it ended up totally burning out the motor. Cooking spray didn't save the motor. So I should be able to just pull these wires out just like that. I will desolder these bullets because this motor is junk. The only thing I don't remember, though, it won't matter, but I do like to usually go positive, negative. There is a red dot for that, obviously, where the red wire is. And I'm assuming I would have done it, but it probably doesn't make a difference either way. But I'm just going to solder them because I could just, swap the wires in. But look at the difference in the size of the motor, too, though. Yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. The only thing, though, is that stinking gear. That is set screwed. What gear am I talking about that was a press on? Is this a gear I put on? I don't think the Mad Van came with a metal pinion. Did it? Or did I do that? Oh, wow. I don't even remember. I think, did the rally car come with a plastic pinion or something like that? I'm psyched that this motor actually works, man. So I gotta get my better glasses, get my soldering iron over here. I'm not even prepared to do any of this work over here. You know what? Maybe I should take it over to the other thing there. That's what I should do. Bring it over to the other side. Colby, you're down here too? some light over here. All right, so all that talk about going brushless, why go brushless when I can just go, I guess, brushed? Oh, no, I don't have a way to see chat. All right. Barbecue, what's going on, guy? If I miss somebody in chat, don't get bent out of shape. It's just because I probably just didn't notice. Sometimes people get bent. Don't be that way. I don't ignore anybody. All right. Now what I need to do is make sure that I don't have this. Shade Tree, what's going on? Oh, Stickies, what's going on, guy? Just called you Shade Tree, like a Shade Tree mechanic. Wow, this is crazy to be touching this motor. This has been a long time, man. I would better be careful with this thing. I don't want to crush it. That's why I got the little soft foam in there. Knowing me, I fed the wires through the holes, didn't I? Son of a gun. Yep, I think I did. I made it harder for myself. Made it harder for myself to desolder it. Come on, get off of there. Holy smokes. Come on. Get out of there. Wow. There we go. Oh, look at all the fur that's left on there. I have a feeling this thing is loose. I think over time these get contamination in between. Loosen up a little bit. Oh yeah, it's much better. All right. So now I need a way to pick that out of there. I need needle nose pliers. Turn ripper. Reviving a motor from the 90s or 80s, whatever it is. There we go. I'll make sure that these there was a staple stuck in there. Does anybody remember motor spray? The illegal cheat. You'd use motor spray. Anybody remember that? Little illegal bastards. You still have a can of Trinity motor spray? You've got to be kidding me, dude. I bet you want this motor. Do you want this motor in your collection, guy? This must be bringing back some memories for you. Stickies. How old are you, guy? You're in your late 40s, right? My guess? Motor spray is cooking oil anyways, right? Well, I guess it depends upon the cooking oil that you use, because it didn't really work too well for motor spray for me, because it cooked my motor. Cooked it. Careful with that. Do not want to crush that. This mode is bringing back memories, man. Wow. Just a motor. That's crazy. Actually putting my hands on that motor. That actually brings back memories. Smile memories, too. There ain't no bad memories, man. Yeah, I'm not really happy with that. That's better. There we go. Mad Van's going to be ripping the Trinity Diamond. I don't remember how much this motor was. This is probably like, I'm guessing this was probably like a $50 motor. I think. Somewhere around there, maybe. I don't remember. No idea why it died. I walk away and the thing dies. All right, so here's another piece of nostalgia. What's it doing that for again? Go that way. All right. So, along with this, which I've got to take a picture of this before I throw this in. Before I throw this in the Mad Van, I got to take a picture of that because, like I said, for the channel, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Just I'm taking a different route here. So out of the people, you're talking about stuff, right? Talking about, the antennas that could broadcast to like radio stations, right? Okay. That's what you're talking, right? Those antennas, the eye pokers, the ones where you had to have the flag on the stinking top, which my flag broke off, but you had to have the flag on the top to display your number when you raced, but also so it at least wouldn't poke somebody in the eye. Now, how many people used to drive two-stick with their RC cars? Come on, it's an Attack 4. Come on, guy. Come on, throttle, steering. This is an Attack 4 that I used to drive with my RC car. And this is a 4. So this was pretty cool. This was my two-stick radio that I used to drive with. And then I got smart because I also used to fly my planes with that too. I was cheap. Then who remembers? This is called Throwback Thursday, even though today isn't Thursday, but set that soldering gun to face. Dude, you ready? You ready? Wait, who's ready for this bad boy right here? And This thing actually still works. This actually still works. And this, what I'm going to show you right here, this still works. So after years of driving my RC cars with a 2-stick, which is actually technically a 4-stick, driving it with a 2-stick, then I remember when they came out with this bad boy, the Futaba Magnum Sport. With the antenna, everything still works. The eye poker. I mean, check this out. Dude, you want to talk about, I mean, look at this. Totally complete. Battery thing in there. Took 8 AA batteries. This was the greatest. I remember it was initially very hard to get used to using this radio. What was I, 72? I forget what channel this. 72.5. Check that out, dude. Check it out. The Futaba Magnum Sport. I remember I was such a happy kid when I got this thing. Steering trim, throttle trim, you know, all the good stuff, you know. It was so hard getting used to this when for years I used that. But check that out though, huh? Futaba Magnum Sport. You know what's funny? This actually still feels good, man. I mean, come on. I mean, what does that represent? What does that look like? Come on, you literally know what they were making it like, you know? Come on. You know what I'm saying? You know? Got the clip that slams into the to the bottom right there. Right? Come on. Everybody knows. Come on, texturized hand grip. Literally feels exactly what you think it is, you know? Looks like a staple gun. Yeah, guy, it's a staple gun. Come on. Look at the handle. You know what that looks like. Just like literally just cut off like this part. And if you saw that, what would you think? You know what I mean? What would you think? So, but I remember that. Because they called it the pistol grip. These were the pistol grips, you know? But I remember when this thing came out, I was like, oh, I gotta have that thing. That thing is so cool. So, and I probably, you know what? I probably do have the receiver to this too. Pretty sure I've got the receiver to this and the receiver to that. Yeah, the eye poker. The eye poker with the little flag, man. You had to have that little flag on there. Otherwise, you couldn't race. So now I remember the people that would drive like this. Like as they would go, the antenna was like waving around. You still have one for your original Blackfoot? Right, here's another remote too. This one isn't as, these ones aren't as nostalgic, but yeah, I was obviously in the Traxxas. The Traxxas TQ top qualifier. And then you got to have the TQ3 with that third channel. Yeah, got these little bad boys. Got a couple of these. And I got one more. Now this, I have not put a charger to this particular radio since probably 2000, maybe 2003 or 2002. It may have been, I don't think it was 2000. It definitely wasn't 2001. So I have not charged this thing since then. Right? No battery. I mean, of course I could be lying, but I have not charged this since then, right? I guess it just shows you Futaba definitely, you know, is quality. So all right. We're out of here. Sunlight coming in over here too. Wow. Nice. Actually, that might not work out as nice. Sunlight might blow out the camera. All right. So Mad Van is going to get repowered by a Trinity Diamond motor back from the late 80s, early 90s is my guess is when this motor was out. I'd have to do some research to figure out exactly, like, I don't know if this, I don't see any numbers on this thing. I'm pretty confident I don't have the box anymore. Oh, check it out. I just found one of my old flags that I never used. Channel number 84. But along with that, I was looking for the box. I actually think I used to have the box for this motor. But check it out. Here's another Nostalgia Series motor. The Trinity Joel Magic Johnson, baby. So, yeah, this is a Magic Johnson motor from Trinity. This one is pretty cooked. The Joel Magic Johnson. I don't know why I keep holding on to this stuff. I think, like I said, it's just for that, like, you know, nostalgia kind of, you know, thing, knowing that I've been in the hobby for a couple of years, you know. Might have some old stuff, but this is mint. That's a barn find. Yeah. You like that? The Magic Johnson of motors. Still has its pinion on it. All right. Oh, I need the other motor. I wonder weight-wise. Let me get my scale. Just because I'm curious. That's what I got these for, right? So this motor. coming in at 170. Now this motor, I just need to take off that little thing there, make it fair. So this motor comes in at, we're already going faster. 210.6 versus the faster lighter 107. Look at that, 170 right on the beans as opposed to the tank. These scales are great. We're already going faster. Now, the only thing that I need to figure out is I need my other glasses. I need to actually be able to see now. Wow, huge difference. Now I can actually see. Holy smokes. All right. So what I need to do is I need to go ahead and throw this little plate thing on here. Now what I can't remember, is it going to make a difference? I don't think it makes a difference, does it? Shouldn't make a difference. I think that's going to space it away. Leave that like Magic Johnson motor right there. All right. Now, the gear. And I still don't have my Loctite. Crap. I don't think this chair is high enough for me to actually do stuff. It's like the table's a little bit too high or the chair's a little bit too low. All right, so that is wrong. So I need to slide over. So I need to slide that one over, I think, right? This one over. take that, clock that, and it won't. Okay, so I actually have to rotate it then. So I think it's that one can be pushed over. I'm just putting it in the same stinking place. I think I might be. Oh, that's it right there. So that's the mesh. So that ain't gonna work like that. All right, so I have to totally clock this different. Because it's definitely gonna go like that. Wouldn't that be funny if this ain't gonna work? Should. This is the stinking motor. So that means if I want it closer, oh, wait a minute. All right, go there. So that would be about where I want it, I think. Does that line up with anything? Let's take that, reposition that. Am I settling that down in there? Yeah, I think it is. So I hate about this. So that would be where it wants to be. And that might be switching it to the other one. Oops. There's something sharp on there. I wonder if this is not going to work. Yeah, think of that. Huh. This actually might not stinking work. Because in order to have the motor up there, if I take, try this, try something else here. That would be where it was, right there, I think. I think what I'm doing is I'm spacing it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? Nope. Yeah. Crap. Come on. Get in there. I wonder. If I go right there, that might be. Did that just bring me closer? I think it did. I think I'm missing the hole because it's double holed. I think it's screwing me up. I'm trying to align it with opposing holes and I can't do that. Oops. Crap. Nope. Come on, get in there. It's almost as if it's not allowing it to sink down in. I wonder if I need that little stupid spacer. No, because it's right there. I'm just trying to get the motor plate clocked onto this motor, but I think I have to actually up the pinion. Hate these motor plates. I think this gear is going to work, I hope. Put it on here real quick, see what happens. Nope. Now, I literally can't get it to go over. Unless that ain't gonna work. Upgraded the motor mount, right? Now, did you upgrade your motor mount to not one of these kind that clocks? Because that aluminum version of the same exact thing. If I go opposing, I think it's stretched out too far. Oh, I thought this was going to be a win, man. This almost seems like it's a fail. Same but rigid, no flex, right? Crap. Oh, I think I'm wasting my time here. If I switch it over to the next hole, just that one, I don't think it's close enough. It's like skewed. Just enough, I think, to not work. See, the mesh is just, that's too loose. It's way too loose. There's no way I'd run that kind of mesh. Game changer, what's going on, guy? Hope you're doing well. So I literally just needed to just stinking go over just the slightest amount. Ah, whatever. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I'm such a dummy. Wow. How about if I actually stinking align it, I think, the correct way. Like this. Gotta be kidding me. What a goon. What a goon! That's too tight. Can't believe I was just doing that. Well, actually, yeah, I can believe it. Wow, what a moron. What a stinking moron. I wasn't clocking the stinking, couldn't figure out why the offset was just wrong. Thought I was putting it in the wrong holes. I couldn't line it up right. It's because I didn't clock the motor mount right. Dumb. Wow. That's still too loose. I don't like that. All right. Sergeant J, do you, because I don't have like any chart in front of me, a 22 tooth. Is that just moved over to B? Well, you know what I'm doing. I'm putting in this diamond motor. I got a 22 tooth on there right now, but I can't seem to get it to. Oops, there goes the screw. I think it's those two holes. I know I'm talking to myself here, but I think it's these two. I think it's this one. Ah, see, it seems to twist as soon as I put it in. I think it's that one and this one. Right. Yeah. No, I know it's the tightest mesh, but what it is oh, is that it? That's it. Never mind. Thank you, Sergeant J. God, I'm fired. I just fired. But Sergeant J, you saw the motor I'm putting in it, right? Are you old enough to NRC to remember this? I don't know if you... Oh no. Something's in my motor. Something's in there. Oh, there might be a staple stuck in there. Something's in there. Something just stopped it from rotating. Uh-oh. This could be catastrophic. There's probably like a screw or a staple or something stuck in there. There was a staple stuck in there. Frank, what's going on, guy? Oh, I'm just going to roll with it. I think we're good. Can't believe I didn't have that stinking motor mount in there. Right. That's meant. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. Let's pry this gear on just a touch. And it's literally all the way on, I think. I really think that that's like cranked. Yeah, that gear's all the way up to the housing. All right. Now let's clock it in the right way, guy. So I want to make sure that this is going in the right rotation. So let's just blindly plug it in. See what happens. Get a little 2-whisk ripper. I think I took all the batteries out of all the remotes. Ooh, this thing is gonna rip. Oh my God. This motor's gonna break this mad van. Am I going even the right way? Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. Wow. Am I going the right way? There's no way. Did I really plug that in, like, by chance? The right way? That'd be crazy. No, I didn't. Never mind. There we go. Hold that little bad boy in there. Oh my God, whoops. Oh, I'm scared for this mad van now. Think I'm scared for this mad van. Chainsaw, what's going on, guy? Mad van is definitely a little scared now. All right. Put those screws. I want to tuck in those wires, though. I don't want these wires hanging out all over the place for now. Tuck them in. That's the whole point of what I did initially. Was to get these wires looking nice. Another thing I don't like is I don't like the fact that it's almost as if I probably should put that little spacer plate back in there. Because I don't have that spacer, so the pinion is just a little bit too far forward on that. Well, let's just leave it. It's just a mad van. It can take it, right? It's just a mad van. Just trash it. What's going on, guy? 10 inches of snow? Get out there and rip it, guy. 10 inches of snow. Just get out there and rip it. All right. Mad van's ready now. Holy smokes. So we went with a Nostalgia Series motor. Trinity Diamond, 12 turn. And this is back from, like I said, I think late 80s, early 90s is when I got that motor when I used to race. So it should do a good job. I'm going to charge up this pack right here. This is just a HRB 5000 milliamp pack. It's a 2S. Charge this thing up, throw it in the mad van, take it for a rip, and we'll see what happens. Shouldn't take too long to charge this battery up here. Do not charge LiPo batteries in your home. It's not a good idea. All I'm doing is I'm checking the cell voltage. I'm not charging, just checking. fully charged battery. Oh my God. Well, it won't take long to to check this battery, because the thing's literally 96% charged. Holy smokes. Awesome. I'm psyched. How is it that like a little Kyosho Mad Van actually brings you brings me so much joy? I mean, I got an XMAXX that just can't even fight for its own life, but I got a Mad Van that gave its life and now it's reborn and it's sprayed with cooking spray. So the thing looks brand new, doesn't it? With all the times I've ripped this man, doesn't that thing look like just brand new? It's all glistening and everything. That's what cooking spray does. Keeps your Mad Van nice. Keeps them plastics nice and supple. All right. Well, I'm definitely pumped. But here's some other nostalgia for you. This is the Trinity Magic Johnson motor. And here's one of my original motors out of my first RC10 that I had. AE associated stock motor, baby. Look at that thing. Pretty crazy. Yeah, it even has the original address. I wonder if they're still there. Are they still at this address? XMAXX has gotta get it out of the chat. Earl, I didn't even know you were still on here, guy. The XMAXX can't even fight for itself, but the Mad Van kicks butt. Yeah, no, I don't know if you saw, Earl. I did get those. Oops, I showed the huge, massive difference between the stock Traxxas bearings, because here's the hub. Here's the hub for the front. And I was showing like the literal difference between the Traxxas bearing, which I probably won't focus, and then the RPM replacement. Those are side by side, Earl. That's not camera trickery. Those bearings are literally side by side. Look at the difference. There's just a little bit of difference between RPM over here and Traxxas. The Traxxas little puny bearings. Why does a Traxxas XMAXX have this and not factory this? I'm glad RPM came out with this. I kind of been begging them, I guess. You know I've been looking for that. So I think today, I got so much to do. I got an upgrade for the laser nut. I'm swapping out my original hexes that I swapped out. I'm actually keeping the Hobao Hex. And that's where I think the part that's like messing people up. The Hobao Hex just spaces it out, just like, I don't know how many millimeters, further out, spaces it out just a touch more. So when you put the adapter on, it's not scraping the actual bearing surface or the hub. But I did get proper hot racing 17 millimeter extended hexes. So now the laser nut is going to no longer have wobbly wheels. After a time of driving it, the little things would eventually, kind of like jump out and you'd end up with a loose wheel. But I think I solved it with Hot Racing. Hot Racing is a very good company that we all know. But yeah, I'm just psyched. XMAXX is going to be reborn. Going to repower that. Look at that, battery's already fully charged. Fully checked. The XMAXX is going to be reborn. The laser nut is going to get some work. We just fixed the Mad Van with a Trinity 19 late 80s, early 90s, 12-turn race motor, which I'm hoping Should be a good motor. I like literally can't remember. I just know it was a could have been like a $50-$60 motor. That's what I'm like thinking in my head, that it was somewhere around that price range. I think was what that motor was back then. What else we got? I gotta build my Limitless. I do. I literally want that thing to just be an animal, like that I've never, the fastest RC that I've never touched. That's what that's going to be. I do have now the battery tray for my Hobao Hyper SS caged buggy. So now from Jenny's RC, I got that battery tray. I can mock things up and be able to get a battery pack in that and continue to rip it. And obviously, yes, we do have the big rock. So Big Black finally showed up to the channel. Been waiting since stinking July. No thanks to Horizon Hobby, but a huge thanks to A-Main. So what else? Oh, I found a lock nut that I need for my Outcast. This is what's holding my Outcast up right now. This tiny little lock nut is what caused one of my front hinge pins to fall out. So I've got that. I got a GoPro battery ready to rip. I got my camera right here. This thing should be charged or charge in. Go like that. Get it widescreen. And clean the camera. Oh, camera. There we go. Much better. All right, so yes, I have a Limitless guy. Thanks to a certain individual, which he knows that I am forever thankful for that. That was like, that was a bomb drop right there. So, but Earl, I might be hitting you up for a couple of suggestions. I bought a couple of pieces of candy for it, which were totally unnecessary, but just wanted to. You know what I mean? Couple of little front end weighted parts just to kind of hopefully keep that front end down a little bit. I still got to put my DBXL-E 2.0. I got to fix the pin in that. I also have to fix the pin in the Outcast. I just remembered. So the Outcast, one of the pins from the dog bones slid out. So that happened. So I got to fix that. What else? The Kraton. I got to throw the diff in the Kraton. Got a lot of stuff that's going to be happening today on RC Guy Garage. So thank you guys for coming to this live stream. This was I think this was longer than 2 hours. I know it's showing 2 hours here, but I think I've been live streaming longer. Didn't it reset or something like that? Or maybe not. 2 hours and 22 minutes. When did I start this live? Maybe it's right. Did I start this at 9:30? Oh, maybe it's right. I don't know. Easy. There's a nail somewhere, right? I actually have the other half of that nail. But I am just going to slide the pin back in, and I'm going to do the, I got some tape. I'm going to use some tape. The HVAC tape. I'm going to wrap the CV with the HVAC tape and then do a little bit of a quick little layer of the Gorilla tape that I got. And that should keep that pin hopefully in place. I started at 9:30, right? Right. For some reason, I thought it wasn't keeping up. So that works out. But anyways, like I always say, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I always talk about getting out there and ripping it, throwing a smile on your face. And number one, be kind to everybody, man. Don't be like that guy or girl that's causing issues. Just have fun. Help your fellow human. I won't even say American. help your fellow human. You know, be a help. You know, you got to help that old lady across the street, by all means, do it. So, all right, Sergeant Jay's here, Nitro Freak. What's going on, guy? Frank, Earl Moorhead, Just Trash It. We got GRC, Discovery RC. Sorry, guy, I didn't even know you were here. You might not even be here. Thomas Downey Jr. He's related to, we all know, Robert. Actually, he is Robert. This is Iron Man. So, people just don't know that. So, who else we got here? Chainsaw. Jason Crow. Matthew Sim. You got to take that for a rip in this stream, guy, please, so we can see the brush pile. Oh, well, you will. I'm actually going to do it on 2S. So, Jason, I don't even know if you're still here. You might not be. I'm going to run the Mad Van on 2S on this 12-turn motor first, just to see where it goes. And then, obviously, I'll charge up a 3S pack, and we'll see what happens. It is an okay day, I think, to be ripping an RC. Hey, Google. Okay. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
Right now, it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 39 degrees. Enjoy your morning.
Not the best kind of day for plastics. Granted, we're not at the freezing temp, but you get out there, the molecules in the plastic kind of tighten up. And when they tighten up, you get breakages. But the Mad Van is such a resilient cooking sprayed vehicle. Look at that. Dude, Earl, you got to stop using 3D and start using PAM. Actually, I think this is like Walmart signature series cooking spray, like probably the worst stuff. But my cars almost look like Earl's now. Check that out. Isn't that crazy? It looks like I care. Right, Earl? Looks like I care. No, I don't. I do. I do care about him. Oh, DB Pro. I am done driving that. I got to do a full teardown series on the DB Pro. I keep talking about it, but I definitely have to. I'll actually bring you over there right now. How's the battery looking on this thing? Am I going to mess my 60%? So I'll show you right now. Switch this out. Look at how rusty this poor thing is. Those springs are probably just going to break. This is what happens when you run at the beach and you don't clean your RC. I have treated my favorite, well, this is now my wife's, but I have treated my most favorite Losi 110 scale buggy like an ultimate piece of crap, and that's bad on me. That's real bad. Look at that. Would you just look at it? That's stinking bad, man. Everything is rusted. Even the stainless turnbuckles are rusting. They're probably just chrome plated. But every fastener is rusty. Sway bar, look at the sway bar, is chunky looking. Sway bar is chunky looking. The springs are just going to snap. Let's get a look at the back side of this thing. Look at rust everywhere. Absolutely horrible. I don't even know what the inside looks like. Can I turn on the flash? Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Dude, this looks like a New England driven vehicle now, doesn't it? This thing is a New England driven vehicle. Oh my God. Oh no, look how bad that is. Oh, that bearing is rust. Crap. And this was my favorite car. And I treated it like a piece of junk. Well, it's my wife's now, so I gotta put this thing back together. It's probably all superficial. But yeah, that is one heck of a car right there. That DB Pro. So yeah, I know. RC Bro, I know. Dude, isn't that horrible? Dude, that is so that's probably the worst I've ever seen it. Look at that spring. Look it. That literally looks like a New England driven vehicle. The rust is actually flaking. Absolutely horrible. So, disable. Well, anyways, like I was trying to say earlier, thank you guys for coming to this live stream with RC Guy Garage. This was COVID and Coffee. I don't even know what we did. COVID and Coffee. Oh, RPM parts for the XMAXX and ARRMA Outcast 8S. Also, you saw we have the EXP differential from ARRMA. That finally came 6 months later, like GRC was saying, and Earl Moorhead, if you watched this video, he was pissed. And there's reasons why. I totally get it, and I'm right in the same stinking boat, man. I mean, how do you get an RC and then not be able to drive? Well, I mean, you did drive it, but how do you get an RC like that and literally not be able to drive it? And then the decisions that were made the people that kept on buying these RCs, buying them and then shelving them because there's no differentials. Was no differential to even buy. Gee, I wonder why. EXP Mojave, anybody? So I'm going to rip the Mad Van. I do also have to fix that wheel right there. That's the Rally Car Challenge car. I'm thinking the next challenge for that rally car thing, I'm thinking burnout. Four-wheel drive burnout. So that's what I'm thinking. Just take them rally car tires and just burn them up. So we'll see. But that's it. Switch this over. So, like I jokingly always say, I'm gonna be out. You should get out too. And what? You should point blank stinking